Okay, so howdy, bruz, is boning on. It's me, Azrael, I'm back on my bullshit, as always. So, um, as you can see on your screen right there, um, we have Damascus. Finally, after 4 fucking months. I'm not joking. I've been doing this since season 9 started. Yeah, it's taken me a fucking while, not gonna lie. Um, Regardless, we finally have Big Boy Damascus. Look at this. It's fucking beautiful. Unfortunately, since this game isn't optimized properly, I can't show you it in the greatest detail possible um, because I'm too lazy to go record a video on my PC, so I'll just do it on my phone. Fuck it. So trust me, this camo looks fucking amazing on like max graphics and stuff. But yeah, I got the last few snipers done. Right, I still needed the XPR, the M21, and the Outlaw was my last sniper. And the XPR and the M21. Oh yeah, I need the Arctic 50 as well. That was my last gun before I moved on to the Outlaw. But these two, I thought to myself, there's semi-automatics. The only way to get a one shot is going for the head and trying to like tap fire essentially on this game when you only have thumbs and you're used to just pressing the fire button, aiming at the target, letting go, and then that kills them. It's kind of, it's kind of a nightmare. So I chose to instead do this on my PC. So full transparency here, the last 4 weapons that I needed to get for Damascus, I did it on my PC, so I did it on Game Loop, which is the official Tencent emulator, and it's the only one you can use without risking getting a ban. That's not a joke, by the way. But yeah, so Damascus looks great. I still wish that they would, bring in the uh, dark parts, the black parts for Damascus and gold. Because in my opinion, it just makes the camos look so much better. Because it also allows for a gun like the AK, for example. In Modern Warfare, the stock and the stock, the grip, and the carry handle, not the carry handle, the fucking thing on the front, the wood part here on the front, the barrel, right? It is the black part of Damascus, right? Where it's black and it has these Damascus lines that are blue. But here, if I take off this stock in the barrel here, yeah, it kind of looks like shit. Because if you have 0 attachments on it, it literally only covers the smallest fraction of the fucking gun possible. So that's a little bit annoying. But regardless, right, Damascus still looks really good once you do put some attachments on this bitch. It looks really nice. So now that I am done with Damascus, right, I was going to do a Platinum Snipers video. Sorry about that. But I'm just going to integrate it into this video because I'm lazy. So the snipers, right? Absolutely, it's not the worst thing ever. Trust me. The snipers are not bad. It's just that, the semi-autos, the M21 and the XPR are really annoying to do on mobile because the only way to get a kill is by headshotting people. And most of the time, you can't really do that. It's kind of hard, especially if you play thumbs like me. So if you have a computer that can handle it, right, I would 100% suggest you go on to game loop and just grind out the XPR and the M21 on the PC. Because not only are you going to get bot lobbies for basically the entirety of the grind, because nobody plays on the emulator anymore, you're also going to be able to use these weapons more effectively. Because, with a mouse, you can click much faster and it's much easier to get those follow-up shots downrange. But they are going to be the only issues you're going to have. The NA45, you don't need to do it. As you can see, I have it at level 11. I'm not going to get it gold. Or diamond or Damascus, I'm not going to get it. I don't care. I'm never going to fucking use it. But whatever, right? Obviously, the DLQ, the Locust, and the Outlaw were absolutely fucking easy to get. It was just disgusting how easy it was. But yeah, I would probably suggest that you leave like either the Locust or the Outlaw for last, because I got to have fun quick scoping at the end. So there's that. But as a whole, right, with Damascus, obviously you're gonna have the most trouble with over here, right, with the shotguns, and then over here with the launchers. With the shotguns, you're gonna have a problem mostly with the HS-2126 or the burst shotgun, and the launchers you're gonna have a problem with the FHJ, because obviously for the FHJ you need to get you need to get 10 VTOL destroys, 10 Goliath destroys, 10 Transform Shield destroys, and people just don't really use any of those things, right? People don't really use Transform Shield. People don't really use Goliaths. People don't really use VTOLs, or just they just don't get it very often. So that's a big problem. But trust me, you'll get through it eventually. Just from the start of the grind until you get it done, just always have it on your back pocket and whip it out if you need to. Every time you see an opportunity to get something, get it immediately. Trust me, it's going to pay out. It's going to pay out to just not do the pistols, not do the knife, none of that shit. Just do the FHJ first, and as soon as you have it done, you can do all the other secondaries. But the secondaries are easy to get, all of them platinum and everything, so that's not going to be a problem. So, other than that, right, there's just a few guns here and there that you might have an issue getting gold for. Guns like, for example, the Chickum and the Pharaoh, which are just bad guns. If you don't have a good build and you don't have good recoil control, the MSMC is also probably going to be pretty challenging to get. The shotguns, obviously, the HS is a nightmare, but the Striker, when you don't have the fast reload case plus sleight of hand on the Striker, it's a nightmare. It literally takes fucking 6 dynasties for this goddamn thing to reload. It's so bad. But really, the good thing about this game is that there really isn't much that is bad, right? In Modern Warfare also has this, where like as soon as you get the bad shit done, so you get the HS, you get the FHJ done, it's more or less a breeze, quote unquote, because everything gets a lot easier. The problem, and this is something Modern Warfare doesn't have, and it's that here, like, you never get to that point where everything else is going to be a breeze, right? Because in Modern Warfare, you get the riot shield, you get the launchers done, right? You get the LMGs, because the LMGs are pretty annoying in Modern Warfare, because most of them are bad. But you get all of those, right? The issue you run into in here is that, in Modern Warfare, after you get that done, everything else is extremely easy, right? The snipers, the marksman rifles, the SMGs, incredibly so. The shotguns, there isn't a bad shotgun in Modern Warfare. Well, a bad launch shotgun. The VLK Rogue is pretty bad. The assault rifles, all that stuff. It's not hard. Because Modern Warfare adapts the age-old adage of if everything's overpowered, nothing's overpowered, which works wonders for them. But here you run into the issue that COD Mobile has some of the worst balancing in gaming, just period. And by that I mean COD Mobile has just retardedly overpowered guns, but it also has some of the most underpowered weapons in any video game I've ever played. COD Mobile has a really big problem with that, where for example, in the Vector meta, right, the Fennec meta, you couldn't grind properly because nothing within the arsenal could handle going against the Vector. And that's a problem. Because COD Mobile has this thing where their overpowered guns, you can't compete with them, but then your underpowered guns are useless. Which is a really big problem for camo grinders like myself. Because you run into this issue where you think everybody's going to be fine from here, but then COD Mobile comes in and just slaps you across the face and tells you to shut the fuck up because you're dumb, and it isn't actually going to get better. It's just going to get a whole lot worse, pussy. So, with that being said, right, is Damascus worth it? That's the big question here in COD Mobile. Do I think that Damascus is worth it for your average player? No. Just flat out. No. The camo is, Damascus is my favorite mastery camo of all time, but the COD Mobile version is not as good as the Modern Warfare version. And I just think that the grind itself is just way too bad and way too long for your average player, especially because your average player is playing mobile. So for a mobile game, the grind to get Damascus is absolutely not worth it, right? But if you're a camo grinder like me, you like grinding camos, you like doing all this shit, then yeah, it's worth it. I do genuinely think that the camo looks good enough to the point that where, somebody that actually likes grinding camos would enjoy it. And I do. I like Damascus. I like Damascus in this game. It doesn't look as good as Modern Warfare Damascus, but I didn't expect it to look as good as Modern Warfare Damascus in the first place. But yeah, I think it's worth it for somebody like me. But if you're just some random player, a more average player, a player that isn't that good and everything, I would very much tell you to just get gold for whatever weapon you like and just leave it at that. Because trust me, I've done this grind. I did it all the way through. It's been 4 months just doing this, not being able to play the game normally, right? Just literally 4 months. Imagine that. You have to take that into consideration as well. That for 4 months, at least for me, I have not been able to use the guns I actually enjoy using. I've been able to use the guns I like using. I haven't been the last time I used an ICR, which is my favorite weapon in the game, was like literally in season 9 when I got a gold, which the ICR was my first golden weapon. So you have to take that in consideration. You're gonna be away from being able to use your preferred guns for a very long time. And you're gonna have to be playing in this just weird backwards ass way, which just isn't for everybody. So if you are just a casual player, I would very much tell you to not go for Damascus, because trust me, as somebody that has done the grind, I hate this game now. So very much not worth it. But if you do go through it, trust me, the feeling you get once you finish it, right? You see that Damascus on your screen, you put that shit, that is the best feeling of all time. Okay? That is the best feeling I have ever had playing this game. It exceeds me getting my first nuke back in season 2. It exceeds everything, really, because as I saw that Damascus, I thought to myself, I'm finally gonna be able to use the guns I want, the guns I enjoy using, and that's really nice. But yeah, that's basically it. If you enjoyed this grind, I guess, like the video, I don't know, subscribe or don't, who knows, who cares. Don't turn on the notifications because it's not worth it. I don't upload regularly enough for it to matter. And eventually, I'm going to be setting up an upload schedule, an actual upload schedule. I'm probably going to start uploading um, on like Mondays and Fridays. Possibly. I'll see about that one. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the grind. And obviously, my intro being fuck Susan Wachowski because she's a bitch. And I hope you see you next time. I can't speak. I hope you see you next time. There. Fucking hell.